So like I think Pudge is still in a
10
pretty good
seconds.
spot, but this doesn't scream like an amazing Pudge game. Like Morphling Pango are actually
5 seconds.
pretty difficult for him to play into, especially since
Mhm.
Morphling is like a very
Starter
standard like
die.
Lincoln's builder. So
Yeah, we definitely gonna be building Lincolns this
both
game
these heroes
against
build Lincolns. Yeah.
yeah, especially against the strength of these single target abilities. And Frostbite, Pulverize, and Dismember is going to be good against all of them. So no doubt that Pango and Morphle are going to be going for that this game.
10 seconds.
Last year's banned out inside of Infamous to get rid of Brewmaster and then
5 seconds.
Lena on Thunder Awaken.
Very good Lena ban.
Yeah. A Brewmaster ban is kind of surprising to me. It makes me think they might be wanting to go for like a CK or something. I
I
think Brewmaster happens to be pretty good against CK.
Radiant gets the ban.
I think they just mostly don't want to deal with the Cyclone.
Off onto who though?
I mean, any of these heroes, Primal Beast or Pudge, like dealing with Cyclone is really rough. But yeah, you're right. They could be trying to go for some sort of a illusion based hero here.
10 seconds
The
left.
Naga Siren did get a pretty big nerf, which I thought was very warranted. That hero seemed
5
really
seconds.
strong. She was basically like the queen of like certain late games. Like you couldn't actually win.
Yeah.
Batrider was a really smart ban as well. Thunder Awaken
Virus
do have
choice.
next phase
Let's
first
give it a
pick. They
second.
end up banning out
Heroes
the
to choose from.
Life Stealer, as it could actually again be a mid Morphling, which we saw last game. Offlane Pango still in the works potentially. So Thunder Awaken have a lot of options on what they want to do, and I would like something that pairs well with the Pango in terms of
10 seconds.
like fighting.
Radiant's up.
Well, there you go. It's a hero that's just going to fight into them to go for the Ursa is their last pick
Dude,
here.
it's such a good Ursa game. It actually owns Primal Beast and Pudge.
Yeah, they're gonna have to work it out for them inside the laning phase. So, what do you need to round out this draft here on Infamous? Position 4?
10 seconds.
I mean, you got to go position 1 and like move the Pudge, I think.
5 seconds.
Pudge over to
4,
4?
3, you get it.
Yeah. I don't know what
Or
else
Pudge
you would
to
do
3
here.
and then Primal to 4?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think, I mean, the thing is, there's not a lot of options. The Faceless Void is banned. That would have been probably one of your best options. You can't really pick the Zeus into Pango and an Ursa. This is a hard draft to think of because
I'm Cave Johnson.
Pudge kind of locks you
Who's
into a
ready
weird
to take
situation.
the vote?
Okay, they take the
Alright,
Invoker for the
who's
mid
ready?
lane, and it is probably just going to be another, 4-position Ember Spirit. It's a good 4-position. I mean, we saw last game Michael absolutely own on this.
Yeah, he did own on it last game. I don't know how effective it's going to be this game. I think when you're playing into like well, it's alone in the mid Morphling.
Yeah, it's mid Morphling because we're going to see Ursa played by Knight again.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the Hoodwink Immortal. Oh, I want it so bad. It's so good.
What even is that? Is
It's a
it
giant. It's
musical
a
notes?
mandolin.
I don't know what that is.
All right, you are so uncultured. It's a mandolin in the shape of a crossbow, or
I know
a
what a
crossbow. It's a
is.
crossbow in the shape of a mandolin, is what it is.
I see. I can see the musical notes coming off of it, which
Yeah.
made me think that it's an instrument.
Yeah, that's called a mandolin. You know what bards? You know bards and stuff like that. That in like video games, like you know what a bard is?
Ricky, it's 2022.
Oh my god. Someone help me! Send help, please! I can't take this anymore.
What do you mean a bard?
Oh my goodness! It is gonna be Kataro playing the Pudge. This is actually one of my favorite Crystal Maiden sets. I have almost the exact same one. So good.
Yeah, I really like the pauldrons on that set.
It matches the Arcana just super well.
Right.
Oh boy.
My God, we're gonna have another 10 minutes of pause time. I can feel it in my bones here.
What do you want to talk about on our podcast this time?
Well, last time we talked about the odds on blackjack. What else was there? Forget already. The odds of blackjack was a big one of what we talked about last time. So we can't do that topic again.
Nah, we don't need to do that.
And we could talk about the nerfs to the Wraith pack. We actually keep it Dota related here. The nerf to Wraith pack taught up and the implications of it. I mean, you were thinking when it first came out, when you were in the cast yesterday, that it wasn't so bad. It would still be picked up quite often against like right clicker builds and things like that. But my argument against that one was I don't think it's very good against shutting down right clicker builds because a lot of times those are the exact heroes that can get on top of the Wraithback Totem and kill it pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that item has just like completely fallen off. Vlad's offering is something that a lot of teams have gotten used to though, and the extra lifesteal that it gives your carry actually feels very good.
It is very important. Yeah, I feel like it's really strange. Like I don't know. I was trying to think like when you would build Wraith Pact over Crimson Guard, and it's like Crimson Guard is great against illusion heroes and like zoo metas,
Mm-hmm.
which Wraith Pact really sucks against because it just gets instantly destroyed by illusions and zoo metas. So it's like
Yeah.
they do definitely like fulfill their purpose, but I find it very strange that they both exist, right? Does that make
Yeah, because
sense?
they both provide that physical damage reduction. The only difference is the Wraith Pact Totem will reduce the physical damage from spells as well. I believe the
Physical spells.
yeah.
Mhm.
So things like Quill Spray, it might be worth getting against. But if you go, yeah, I think Crimson Guard is like better than it now, especially given that it has a +2 armor buff. The main difference between the two of them, I think, is Wraith Pact gives you what mana aura, armor aura, lifesteal aura, damage aura, and Crimson Guard is like purely defensive.
Yep, purely defensive. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's been pretty unpopular for a while now. I think maybe the Crimson Guard is like pickable against Visage. It could really shut down Visage inside team fights and some illusion heroes because the damage block of it is not negligible. It's 100% for 75 incoming damage, so that will completely block the damage from Visage Birds, and if you have some way of buffing them up a little bit.
Yep. Exactly. And, like I think Crimson Guard does have a place. It's just there was no reason to ever build it in the last patch because Wraith Pact was just the de facto item everyone needed to buy.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
But
It's
now Wraith Pact's in a place where, like you said, Crimson Guard is just like kind of provides the same
Yeah.
thing as far as damage reduction goes.
I've always thought that like Wraith Pact could be modified to where it's not a totem and that it acts kind of like a Shiva's Guard. Like on active, it sends out like a wave, and it provides like a barrier to allies, similar to Crimson Guard or to Pipe, and then applies a debuff to enemies. But it doesn't have like a like once it hits, like it doesn't like do it like it doesn't just continue
on.
pulsing or whatever. It like has like
so
a
it
debuff
applies
duration.
a debuff that lasts a certain amount of time.
Yeah. So it's like
I see.
I thought that would be like one way of potentially balancing it in the last iteration of Wraith Pact, but now it's like literally a Crimson Guard if they do that. So I don't know what like I don't know how they change this item. I'm like you're literally just building a weird Crimson Guard.
Yeah. Well, again, the Pro Series showed that item was just getting built way too much after TI revealed that this is just like the ultimate version of the meta. So they nerfed it into the point where it is what it is now, and I think they'll figure out what to turn it into later. I, for one, am glad that we don't have to cast every single game with the same thing happening out of the offlane. I'm sure people were tired of listening to me complain about it too.
I mean, it was just like everyone I think was tired of it. Like I don't think even offlaners or like winning a game because you're an offlaner that built Wraith Pact and Pipe like just isn't fun. Like you just don't really get to play your hero. Like every Tidehunter I saw was just all right. Well, I'm just a walking body and I don't get to like build a Blink Dagger or an Ags or like any fun items, So I don't know. I think it definitely like served its purpose. We learned a lot in terms of item balancing, I think, from stuff like that in terms of damage reduction. And so, I don't know. That's what Dota is, right?
Yeah.
How do we feel about the drafts? We haven't really spoken too much about these, but we've got, of course, a little bit of stolen tech from both teams, right? The Morphling this time on the mid lane for Alone, and we've gotten the Ember Spirit in the 4 position for Sladen. So
I don't know. The Ember Spirit 4 is really hit and miss. I think this is something that you switch to when your mid match it becomes like unplayable, and you like say against a Huskar in the mid lane, but that's not how it was this game. Not how it was last game either. These people just, I think, believe the Ember Spirit 4 is genuinely good. I disagree.
Well,
No, I'm not a huge fan of it. It made things happen. It set up kills last time. It was like okay at trading with the enemies because the bonus damage of the Sleight of Fist. But I don't believe in Ember Spirit as a 4, just for the sake of playing Ember Spirit as a 4, and not for being kind of versatile with your draft.
I think they're gonna make you eat those words. You are a
Nah,
hater
we'll
on the
speak
life
about that
stealer.
one.
Oh, Michael's courier
Courier
is
did
very
with
dead.
a salve on it.
That's sad.
It do be kind of salvega.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm trying my best here.
You can't just add "ga" to the end of every word. Okay, ga?
I don't know how these things work. I'm doing my best.
It's all right.
Bottom
So
lane.
Sebas versus Alone mid lane, the Invoker versus the Morphling. How do you feel about this Invoker? Is this going to be enough at like shutting down this Morphling mid? I mean, mana burn's super value against Morphling now, but you can also waveform it. So
yeah, you're always going to be able to waveform out of that one. He doesn't move very fast, so you have to commit the waveform. So you basically lose the mana no matter what at the early levels. So they get the punish off onto the Pango because he again did not have
Didn't have
any
level 2 yet.
regen there. Yeah, didn't have level 2. Didn't have much regen either. Like his courier had just got there and dropped off his tangos. Now he's getting an extra wand too.
He will get his
Yeah,
level 2 now, so Swashbuckle online. It's going to be a lot more difficult to kill the Pango, but we actually saw Crystal Maiden Pudge against a Hoodwink not that long ago, and they just 100-0 to the Hoodwink at level 3. So I'm curious if they're going to like play to try and snipe the Hoodwink, but yet to be found.
Like when does I don't think it would be so easy to get their hands on the Hoodwink when they're sitting at this low mana on the Pudge. He needs a little bit more. He does, or CM and Pudge both have couriers coming out to them. Magic Wand coming out to the Pudge.
Sladen is
Tough.
taking a decent chunk of damage here, but Knight also took a lot of harassment. Oh no, the courier with the boots!
Get it,
Dude.
Get it. Oh, he blocks
Okay.
it.
Nice, nice.
And
body
now the
block from
shoe is on
Excel.
the other foot. It's on Knight's foot because he has the boots.
I see what you did there.
But
Yeah,
he's
it's
not
on the
gonna get
Ursa.
it.
Yeah, very well. Good point. Good point.
Would have been better if the Sladen had died there because the Ursa ran him down. But what can you do? Bottom, Hookins and landing on a Michael.
Yeah, and there we were talking about the burst damage against the Hoodwink. Super difficult to play against. They have another Frostbite, and they're going to use that onto the Pangos. He's committed most of his spells. He has 1 second till the Swashbuckle off the mark, but because of it, Catyu ends up finding the kill. They've got a hook in one. Michael does finish off Kataro, but Catyu now on the Crystal Maiden gets 2 kills. All right, and just instantly misses all the CS, but it's fine. It's fine.
He's got a slow, pathetic attack. What matters is Catyu has powerful spells and now a lot of money in the bank.
Yeah.
He's gonna be girl bossing it from now on. With 500 gold, you can buy luxuries such as Boots of Speed and Magic Wand.
I just gonna buy more mangoes. That's how you play this hero. You just buy more mangoes.
I actually put a point to the aura here.
I mean, they didn't adjust the self regen, so at the end of the day, that is still very good. Pango needs to be very careful. Yep. All right. He's playing aggressive actually on the Pango. I kind of like it. Hook. Oh, it connects onto the Hoodwink. There's the Frostbite, and of course the Crystal Nova to follow it up. Yep, another kill in this bottom lane. Crystal Maiden Pudge, super strong as we've been seeing.
You're right about this one, Ricky. You're talking about the strength of the. Oh God, Pango. He already. Oh, wait, he's got the Swashbuckle again.
Kataro just tried to guess the Swashbuckle. That would have been super smart.
Yep. Excel getting running at the top lane.
Ooh, yeah, nice kill there by Oscar.
Too far forward, ends up getting punished, but the Primal Beast able to put out a lot of damage when you're close up. Has the Bracer and Boots of Speed right now as well. If he's on top of you, there's no getting away until you have your Boots on Jakiro as well, but he's still a long way from that. Mid lane, Jakiro's going to TP the mid lane to help Alone out, who's sitting at like no health and mana. Actually drops a salve on him as well.
Yeah. I mean, they do really want to play for these 6-minute runes, it would appear. Sabas is doing pretty decent. It's not like they have a massive lead in this mid lane, but Invoker 11 denies is pretty surprising. Also just doesn't have to spend as much money on like regen and stuff. Top lane, Excel does manage to get the ice path off, but just too much damage coming in from Oscar as he's got those boots. Sladen will be able to be picking up the kill there thanks to the Sleight of Fist, but lane's looking good once again, but this time for Infamous.
Yeah, 6 minutes rolling around, just like you mentioned. We're gonna see a fight over the power rune. Short-lived fight, maybe.
Yeah. He's got no
already used the
waveform,
waveform there,
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so he punishes him for this one. Oh, forced to stick up there, so he has the ability to actually use the attribute shift. But he's going to survive that one.
I'll just waveform under the tower, Morph under the tower, get his health and mana back. Bottom lane, Kataro is struggling a little bit now, like in terms of HP, but Salve just delivered. He's got 12 stick charges, so he's chilling now.
And he's probably going to look to set up another kill here and catch you rotating back into the lane. Unfortunately, with the creep wave there, you're not able to drop the frostbite onto the Bango and set that up for the Pudge. Get it closer to his level 6 though. Oh, actually, the
spicy hook.
I mean, just a little bit of harass. He did have Swashbuckle available, but CM, I think, probably wants to step away from the lane to let Guitar secure his level 6 now. It looks like they didn't time that one just right. The frostbite came out, wasn't able to follow up with the hook. Top lane, Knight getting run at, but
yeah,
managed to make it away.
The thing is like they want to, like, Katara wants solo XP, but Katyu also just gets a lot out of getting experience as well on CM, right? So
yeah,
nice bushwhack, but you can't really afford to stay here. There's why. And Michael pops his stick, trying to keep himself alive, but chased down by Kataro, gets the kill. CM now level 5, 3 points in the frostbite, but barely dies there to Pango. And yep, Dismember's coming any moment. And with that, Kataro gets himself a double kill. And they lose the Ursa top, as well as Oscar able to chase him down. Does get his level 6, so Pulverize now online, but this Pudge is pulling away. I will say,
the funniest
go ahead.
part there is CM dying there actually is what got Pudge's level 6. He was like one creep away from getting his 6 if the CM wasn't in XP range. The CM died, and then the creep died immediately afterwards, which is what let him get his Dismember there.
That's
otherwise, the Pango wouldn't be able to get away.
Pudge cleaning up a nice little stacky here in the jungle, thanks to that early point and early, level 6. Just able to clear out those creeps. I like the second point in Flesh Heap this early. Crystal Man's gonna come back to the bottom lane, and Pudge is, I will say what I was gonna say earlier is Kataro has shown up in every lane. He has done a very good job so far in this tournament in every lane he's been in.
Yes. Man, has been popping off. Speaking about Kataro, he's just rushing straight into Aghanim Scepter rather than going for the Vanguard.
Yeah, we saw, who else did we see do this the other day? Don't quite remember, but we did see someone else go straight for the Ags after phase boots instead of any of those like beginner items.
Ooh, Michael.
Yeah, that's an easy setup. He knew he was dead. There's not much he could do there. Kataro grabs himself another Flesh Heap and another kill for his, I don't know, for his collection. I guess you could call it a collection.
His pie, his meat pie.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
The good old Pudge meat pie.
That's probably gross. It probably does not taste good. Sladen top lane, gonna get punished by Knight. Instantly pops the Enrage. So Sladen's gonna regret that one.
No. Oh, they wanted to take a look at the Knight versus Kataro here and how they're sitting on the CS. Kataro's will actually interrupt.
This is a really, really good gank.
Interrupted the Rolling Thunder at first with that hook shot, but unfortunately couldn't get the Dismember off with all the stuns on top of him.
They actually see Sebastian under this sentry ward, so they know he's
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I think Sabas realizes that they see him. And he walks back underneath that deep observer that's planted. I'm not sure they realize this observer's here, though.
I'm assuming they'll send Pudge top. He does like to just sit in his lane, though, is the thing. So I could see him coming bottom and trying not to like be forced out. Okay, yeah, so he is.
Yeah.
Pudge is definitely one of those heroes who's like, just let me be in my lane and don't mess with me, you know?
Yeah, they see him coming in underneath that observer ward, though, so they know that Pudge is back here. And I think that they caught Invoker stepping way under that observer placed in the mid river. So
Ooh.
3 heroes have been sitting down here for a pretty long time now.
Oh, that is not the hero you want to hook. That being
Wait,
said, he
Katara?
popped the enrage and with
He's gonna rocket
Sebastian,
them.
he's got cold snap, managed to catch the Jakiro hook, not for 7 more seconds, so he's not gonna be able to get the assist here onto Excel. But nice
Yeah.
pickup nonetheless there for the Invoker.
They find something. Doesn't get the flesh heap stack from that one, unfortunately. But you spent a lot of time down here on the Pango. The question was, is it worth it to be down here this long in all these heroes? The Jakiro,
It's questionable because Oscar has been completely left alone top. So this Primal Beast is enormous.
yeah, I mean, it's now been just the primal at the top of the network because you've left him alone so long. These 3 heroes down here, yes, it's been shutting down the Pudge, but letting Oscar free reign on this game, I think, is just as dangerous.
Yeah, Primal Beast is very scary once he gets like Blink BKB. Like those items alone are enough to like really threaten a lot of the side of Thunder Awaken. And he's gonna come bottom now. Rolling Thunder is there, but Oscar comes through, manages to find the Ursa in a big freezing field there. The question is, can they get more? He's gonna chase down the Jakiro without problem at all. Slade in here with the body blocks, trying to hold this Pango in place, and Sabas able to come through. Couple auto attacks. Ooh, he's up onto the high ground. Wait a minute. Okay, they're just gonna have to punish him. They tried to give it to Kataro, but Tumblr Toys on away. Yeah, look at the Primal Beast damage in that fight. 1,350 damage just coming out from him.
He doesn't even have his first item completed yet either. He's 1,000 gold away from his BKB, and at that point, not sure what they're gonna be able to do to shut him down.
They're looking to burst Katara here, but he just got a flesh heap off. It's gonna get canceled. He's still got a little bit of time. The question is, can he get out? Trying to dodge out the sharpshooter. It does end up connecting, and alone will find the kill. So that is a nice one. That is a lot of XP for these two.
So I'm just gonna fire Remnant away. He realizes that there's nothing to be gained down here. So, like you mentioned, nice kill. He's gotten slowed down a bit on the Pudge. This is kind of what happens when you go straight for the Awaken Scepter as your first item, though.
Dude, playing Pango right now has got to feel so bad. He just keeps getting rooted after root.
I'm not sure he's gonna walk back to base though. He's getting close to his Blink Dagger. So a lot of items about to come out, and we'll start to see fighting pick up. He's just about done the Blink Dagger. Pudge is 900 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter. Primal Beast 300 from his BKB. On the other side...
Ooh, cat you. Nice catch in the mid lane here. Easy pick off for them.
Yeah, nice find. Yeah, Ursa's got his Diffusal Blade done now. He's going for the Blink Dagger next. So yeah, like I said, a lot of items being finished up at the same time here. Do you really want to go on Knight right after he finishes his Diffusal Blade? Yeah, he's forced to Remnant out after that first hit onto him. You don't want to get your mana drained out.
They do see Excel here. If Oscar can get in range for the Pulverize, it will come through, but does he even need help? Clearly not.
I don't know. Sometimes it feels like the Primal Beast just extends his arms extra far.
Bottom lane, nice pick off there as they find the Crystal Maiden, but they're looking for the Ursa. Does hit him with that Diffusal, so Enrage out as well. He'll just back away.
Yep.
And do we have an Ags on
Pause
Kataro?
is going to come
Almost.
out again. Yeah. Eggs is almost done on Katara. Like I said, he was 900 gold away just like a minute ago. He's farmed 1,000 net worth pretty quickly though. So 200 gold, he's going to have that. It's going to be extra easy to burn down that Morphling. The regen reduction along with the extra DPS is going to be huge. On top of all the roots that they have for him, And he's still super far away from getting a BKB or a Manta style to get out of these roots. He's not even done his Yasha yet. This Morphling is extremely poor. We are not done yet. Of course we're not. Oh, well, this is a podcast, not a Dota tournament, everybody.
Yeah, of
Let me make
course.
that completely clear. Me and Ricky get to talk about whatever we want while this game is paused. So what are your plans for the 1-day break that we have, Ricky?
What 1-day break?
There's we have 1 day off between group stage and playoffs.
Oh, I'm gonna
What are you
pray
gonna be
for
doing
the
on the
new.
3rd?
I'm gonna pray for the patch.
You're not doing anything, going anywhere, seeing anybody?
Nope.
I see.
No, I'm actually I'm flying out to the East Coast. Give myself a little bit of time to go see my brother. It'll be fun.
Awesome. How long has it been since you've seen him?
A couple of years.
Okay, now
Really?
we're
Wow.
Yeah, COVID, man. What can you do?
Yeah. I hate to see it. All right. Back on topic. Excel coming into the mid lane. Looks like everyone's finally grouped up and ready to fight. A couple of those items that we talked about being finished up have now arrived. BKB on the primal beast. Aghanim Scepter on the Pudge. It's go time, baby.
Heck yeah. Now the question is, who does Oscar get the
No
jump
fear.
on? Well, he just pops the BKB, hits that damage right into the Morphling, and he's not going to have a lot to offer into this fight. Nice hook away from Guitar to try and save the Invoker, but the Blink Dagger from the Pango doing so much work. Sladen up onto the high ground. Needs to be a little careful as he takes the Remnant away. And Cat-U just now joining the fight. Let's see if they can actually re-engage on the backside. Sladen's looking for a slight change target, but they're doing a good job on Thunder Awaken to play on the other side. Kataro now caught out completely, and he's gonna be the first one to go down. Oscar jumping through this fight here on the Primal Beast, trying to bring down some of these supports, but he is alone. Nice Ice Pack connects. They're gonna drop the Macropyre as well, and Oscar's gonna go down. Slight chains from Sladen's not enough, as Thunder Awaken just out fighting him here.
Yeah, you complete these 2 new items, but you lose your 2 top net worth heroes off the back of that fight. Doesn't end up connecting with that sharpshooter at the tail end, but yeah, BKB finished, Aghanim Scepter finished. Unfortunately, Pudge still isn't that tanky, and managed to dodge out the BKB duration of the Primal Beast. Now they run down Cat-U underneath the tower. Hook doesn't end up connecting with anything. They are outplaying them right now.
Yeah, they're struggling here. They might be able to get the Ursa okay, well, they do get the Enrage, but...
Ursa gets you.
tower is hanging on by a breath.
And just like that, Ursa almost tied for top net worth. Has a
Can we
Blink
get
Dagger if he wants it.
Don't look now.
our observer Jerry to open up that graph right now and take a look at the results of that last team fight. Yep, those are stonks going down, baby.
Yeah, downward trending graph indeed.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Philosopher's Stone now picked up. Did Alone just send that back to base right in front of the Jakiro?
He's got to work for it, Maybe they're going to give it to the Hoodwink, though. It is going to the Hoodwink.
Yeah, I see.
I mean, she really does need to get to the Boomerang and the Aether Lens. Both those items are super strong on this hero, so... Slight chains on the backside comes out. Oh, what a bushwhack! Instantly canceling from Oscar, and the Rolling Thunder coming through as well. That was sick. That was so well timed, and as a result, they get the Ember Spirit.
Yep, they get to walk away again on these Thunder Awaken heroes. They just can't dive these people under the mid tower. This is where they stand.
And that's why you got to cast that Trample. I think he didn't pop Trample during the onslaught, and as a result, he didn't break the tree when he got bushwhacked. Ooh,
The combo
Crystal
on the
Maiden revealing herself there for just a moment as Alone gets himself another kill.
He wants to. He's gonna go onto Alone, but he managed to get off the attribute shift to strength first, so they can't follow up onto him. Yeah, we finished up the Aghanim Scepter on the Pudge, but then he just loses a team fight, immediately go back to farming. They slowed him down just before I completed this thing as well.
Ooh. Slight chains connects into Oscar. That's enough damage.
Yeah, but he pops the BKB right away this time. He's not taking any chances.
And he's not getting
right
away
on
from
top
the
of
Ursa. There's no chance he gets away from the Ursa.
him. Yeah.
So Knight is having a great game now, and Alone on the Morphling. He's basically caught up as well. The only real core who's like struggling technically would be the Pango, but he's still able to do a lot in the fights with this early Blink Dagger. So we see the Ags on Kataro. He's queued up the BKB.
Bottom tower is getting obliterated.
What do you think?
Kind of funny.
Do you think like he'll be able to do enough in this game on the Pudge? Because like I said, I feel like this game, we saw this exact matchup before. The Ursa just absolutely crushed the Pudge in the mid game. It wasn't even close.
I don't think the BKB on the Pudge is going to change anything. I think it's going to go exactly like what we saw last time, where Ursa just runs at the Pudge again and again.
All right, mid lane. They are going to try and clean this tower up. Nice dodge from Kataro. He actually was getting rotated on there in the jungle. Gets the TP out, so.
They're going to rotate into the mid pretty quickly here to try and clear...
I mean, they could just go Roche.
Yeah, I mean, they want to clear them out of the mid lane in order to go Roche. Going straight into Roche is a bit risky.
I mean, they have no objective in the mid lane right now. Like, they just got mid tower. They might be thinking, all right, let's
This is why it's risky.
Spread.
They scout out immediately with a Sunstrike. And now Ursa's sitting at like half HP. They have no lifesteal items. Like, someone else has to tank this up for them. This makes it so easy for them to take a fight into them.
Oh, yeah, that Hoodwink is certainly in trouble. Chased down there by Oscar. She's going to be the first to fall. It is a trade, though, as you do get the Ember Spirit. The Rolling Thunder still doing work. Ursa does manage to finish up the Roche. Ice Path comes out, and now the damage from the Ursa is going to start adding up. He's going to chase up on the high ground. Nice Deafening Blast there from Sebas. They managed to hold the Morphling in place. Cat, you going to get stunned right out of that freezing field. As Pango continues the chase here onto the Primal Beast. Sebas has still got a lot of work. He drops the Ice Wall, but it's on the wrong side. Gets the Ghost Walk off, but just goes down to Sentry up on the high ground. Kataro, you gotta dismember him. You don't have a choice. There it is, finally gonna come through, but the cancel now from the Jakiro to hold him down, and Slade and Slight chains on the backside onto the Jakiro. Does end up allowing him to finish the kill. Remnant's back right up to the high ground, but he is not long for this world. Chased down by 3, Swashbuckle from the Pango will be able to finish him off, and a huge one fight once again for Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, the Rolling Thunder stopping them from getting their entire team to the pit, and for some reason Oscar was just hanging out outside the pit during his BKB. Then when he tries to get the Pulverize off on the Ursa after the Aegis is completed, it gets interrupted like same tick that he drops it because of the Ice Path coming on onto him.
Yeah.
That fight ended up being a complete disaster, despite the fact they know exactly what they're fighting into. I don't know why Oscar didn't just rush straight into the pit with his BKB and start pulverizing the Ursa. At the very least, he might have been able to like reset the stat counter under Roche.
Yeah, one of the things that's like really big about the nerf to Primal Beast in this patch is previously when Primal Beast like onslaughted through an Ice Path, he would get stunned, but he would continue traveling. And now he actually just instantly stops.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to hold him in place now as this Jakiro, especially for the Ursa.
Yeah. They've just got no fear now on Thunder Awakening. The last couple of fights have definitely gone their way.
You get a Dragon Scale on the Pudge. That is quite nice, but again, he needs the
Extra
BKB. He's underneath a ward. Rolling Thunder from the Pango coming through. Yeah, he's going to be able to chain stun him without issues. Well,
some issues.
You just buying some time for the rest of the team to show up. There it goes.
Tip comes out now onto the Pango. Well done.
Again, the Pango like didn't have a ton of net worth this game, but Blink was really all he needed. Worked out well.
No. Now has the Lotus Orb too. We talked about how important that was alongside Lincoln Spheres.
Alone, toying with Sladen here on the Ember Spirit, and gets him on the Slight Fist. Oh boy.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower.
Unfortunate. BKB's now done on the Morphling. BKB's done on the Ursa. He's got Blink Dagger flying out to him right now on the Ursa. Blink Dagger down Pango. It's gonna be so easy to jump heroes trying to sit further back. I make diving the base and taking high ground pretty easy.
Top lane, we're gonna see that come through. Oscar trying to run away, instantly pops the Enrage, but nice use of the Uproar to try and buy himself some time. He's got to blink up in 5. Rolling Thunder on the far side is going to see Catyu, and that's a quick pick off there for the Ursa.
Yeah,
Question is,
going
will he
back
find
around,
more?
see if he can.
He doesn't have a sentry, but slight chains there from Sladen, gets the Remnant away. He'll be just fine. Does not want to dive that tower.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
that's a
bottom,
tier two.
they caught Kataro.
Considering how easy this is, does it even count?
Death after death here. He's forced to pop the BKB on the Morphling to survive that one, but he is fine doing so.
Yeah, absolutely worth it. Nice slight change there from Sladen onto the Pango, and that time they will finally punish him.
Finally, too far forward. Double damage rune down the bottom part of the river. Bottle that one up on the Morphling. He's just going to destroy somebody with this. DD Morphling is terrifying.
It's kind of the same game that we've seen over and over here from Infamous, right? They have a really good lane stage. For the most part, specifically Kataro's lane, like goes really well. And then they kind of struggle after that. And they kind of lose a lot of this momentum. And like we see Kataro not really hanging in there in terms of like net worth. Slade mid lane catches an ice path. And nice tornado there from Sebas, but Swashbuckle to follow it up. I know I said Swashbuckle.
Yeah.
What?
Radiant's middle tower is
What even is that? Bushwhack. Thank you.
Okay.
There's a lot of weird ability. Okay. Oh, Aghanim Scepter for Primal Beast. I mean, that's a huge damage item, but I don't know if it's enough to actually find kills. Okay, Oscar misses his onslaught, and Pango gonna try and punish him for it. He does have the BKB. Never mind. They both whiff. Meanwhile, Catyu finds the Hoodwink, but Hoodwink might have found you instead. She's just setting this one up for the rest of the team to come in, and it's gonna be a quick pick off there.
Yep. Oscar's hiding up here in the trees rather than escaping it. You know, he's gonna look to cut a couple of creep waves in order to just stall, but I'm not sure what you're stalling for. That's my concern. I mean, the later this one goes, the better off Thunder Awaken are going to be. You've got Ursa on your side. You've got Morphling. Pango is
I am not a betting man.
going to be terrifying as well.
Dude, look at these wards placed on the top side of the map here from Excel.
I'd bet on Radiant's top tower coming down. Radiant's top tower just
They're
got
deep in the
stomped to
trees.
pieces.
They want to
Yeah.
punish them for. I mean, you just have to dodge right now in fights, and the wards are going to be exactly where you're trying to move in order to dodge fights and play in these like slippery ways.
Dire is kicking sweet hell out of Radiant's
It's
bottom
such a
It's
strong
going to find
ward
Sebas
as
here.
well. Yeah, he's gonna be able to pop the smoke. Ice Path comes through. He's gonna see the rest of them and catches two on the backside. Ember Spirit able to dodge out that start, but instantly blowing up that Invoker. Sladen's gotta be able to bail out of here. Oscar does just melt the Hoodwink, but the BKB comes out from the Ursa. Primal Beast responding with his own, but he's continues to chase without issue. Catyu hiding in the tree, like, please, leave me alone. Hook up onto the high ground. They do catch the Pango, and that is gonna be a nice kill there for one at least, but this fight keeps getting worse, man.
Yeah, thinking about going back in on this one. You are sitting kind of
Nice slight change, dude. No way he got that. Alone is so good at Dota.
Surrounded by it, dude. It was surrounded by creeps. Come on.
So the way that I've been told you can kind of guarantee it is if you can get the Sleight of Fist, if you get the chains active while you're on the hero with the Sleight of Fist. But it's not. It's like, I don't know how you time that. I'm pretty sure it's just luck.
That's not guaranteed, is it? Even then, I think it's completely random.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to. Hold
Alone's a gamer, man. What can you say? He is good at Dota 2.
Pretty sure the person asking about that one would probably be Gunner.
True. Gunner is someone who I actually watched a stream of his once where he just did like so many like mechanic breakdowns on Ember Spirit and how like slight chains technically you can't like proc them instantly because fog doesn't always load instantly, so sometimes you have to delay the chains active.
Man, Radiant does not like Dire's bottom tower.
It's very weird.
So you don't use it on the first of the 0.2 seconds of the Sleight of Fist. You use it on the.
Yeah, you have to
After
like
0.1
somehow
seconds.
delay it because otherwise the chains might come out before like the fog registers the hero is there.
Yeah.
Top lane, they're gonna trade for the Crystal Maiden and a quick Sunstrike kill there onto the Jakiro. So 1-for-1 on the around the map. Kataro is gonna be able to see this whole rotation out. Hook off the mark there. Michael's gonna be just fine and get the D ward in the process. Top lane, they're looking for Oscar. He's gonna have to BKB and TP on home, but there's a basher from the Ursa now. And Oscar's going to be very sad to find out about that one.
You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Ursa, easily the best hero or carry, I think, in the game at dealing with Primal Beast. And you also have a Pudge on your team, so he's just having a great game.
Yeah. This Pudge he's been building up, but he hasn't been contributing too much in these team fights that lasted a while. Like, he's just built the BKB and the Blank Dagger, hasn't popped the BKB a single time since he's gotten it. Then they lose CM.
Yeah, he's going to know about that ward now.
You know about the Pudge now. He throws a hook out into the mid lane, but he walks away immediately afterwards, and he's pretty safe underneath this Observer ward as well. I think they could maybe push the tier 2 on Thunder Awaken, but right now you want to play around the Roche pit. As Roche is going to respawn sometime in the next minute to 30 seconds. It is going to be 30 seconds on it though.
I mean, I don't know what this Invoker can really do this game either. I mean, he's got Spirit Vessel BKB. He's queued up a Scythe of Ice and Boots of Travel, but it's it's going to be a really long time before he gets any of those items. Slight chains here onto the Jakiro, but a nice bushwhack sets up. They follow up there from the Pango, and they'll pick him off. Kataro forced to BKB. They will take down the Jakiro finally, but Kataro on the run. If he gets bashed, he's certainly dead, but it's just going to be enough damage there from the Pango and Morphling. Oscar forced to bail out of that fight. Again, the matchups are just so rough.
Doesn't connect the Oshocks. The slow isn't there. The Ursa decides not to continue to pursue, but they take that tower, and now they're probably going to move back to the Roche. There's only the second Roche, but free Aghanim Shrub always feels good. Alongside the Aegis, will make it a lot easier for them to break the high ground coming up.
Yeah. Sebas did manage to get the bottom tower, so push that wave in quite a bit.
Alone's now working on his Lincoln Sphere. They already have the Lotus Orb that the Pango completed earlier. Sunstrike will come out in a Scout Rush, but there's not anything they can do about it.
Shard for the Ursa, of course. One of the best shards for this hero. Just so much... It's just, so difficult to kill him now. So Jakiro almost has a Yules as well to boot with his Force Staff, which just another great utility for holding these heroes down in these fights.
Yeah. Well, he's got the what now?
He's got the Yules. He just finished up the big wave there just to guarantee it.
Yes. So, set it up with the Ice Path. It's also, like you mentioned, just fairly good against the Pudge or the Primal Beast. If you can drop it on when he's trying to dismember someone, it always feels really good. Just stall out certain heals and do anything in the team fight.
Sebastian needs to be very careful. All right, he's out.
Yeah. Ends up placing an Observer here to try to grab him. Unfortunately, this Observer is going to be mostly useless.
I mean, it might catch someone cutting the wave later, you know.
Mostly useless.
But yeah, you're right.
Oh,
another fight happening in the jungle. Oscar does not find Michael right away, but they are going to try and chase her down through the trees. Hook even completely missing as Alone hooks in the Invoker, and he's just going to try and burst him down. Do they have the detection, the BKB, plus the Ghost Walk? He's out, but you've lost the Pudge. Oscar's still working to try and take down this Hoodwink, but he doesn't end up doing it. It's going to be Michael has to come through and finish him off, but they lose 3 heroes.
Sladen now all out of charges on this Fire Remnant. I don't think he's getting the...
Dude. He's slick. Meanwhile, Sebas top lane needs to be very careful. They're working on the mid tier 2 or tier 3 tower though. There is a nullifier completed on the Ursa. So that is going to be difficult to deal with.
That's it for Radiant's middle tower.
Speaking of Ursa and Nullifier, you know this item is actually just very good against the Ursa?
Oh yeah, it just dispels overpower every time.
Yeah, it spells overpower while it's on it. It's actually like a really good late game counter to the Ursa. The hero does not have very high damage output without overpower.
No, he has almost no damage output without it.
Yeah. Man just doesn't build attack speed. That makes sense. You get free attack speed. Dispellable ability nullifier, applying a continuous dispel for 5 seconds. Yeah, you've lost the majority of your base now. Your bottom rack is still standing, but they've got very little reason to stop pressing forward here. Morphling still sitting on the Aegis.
Morphling is a Pudge now. So he's going to have some fun, see if he can find some hooks here potentially. But yeah, bottom lane, not going to be easy. BKB comes in from Guitarro, tries to go for... No, the Tornado just dispels the Dismember, and now Pudge trying to just run away from Knight. Great down Deafening Blast there. Oscar doing what he can on the backside. Freezing Field instantly canceled once again, but you've lost Pudge. Oscar can't get his hands on anything. They managed to kite Knight around here for a little bit, but he's got his sights set on the Crystal Maid with the help of the Pango. They grab him without issue. Sladen down to almost no resources. Sunstrike not going to do any damage thanks to the Enrage, and the Invoker will fall inside the base as well. Sladen trying to hobble away here. The GGs come out. They know this one done and dusted. They've got it. 2-0 for Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, cleaning them up really easily at that last team fight. Everything went so wrong after you completed the first couple of items that you had on against Thunder Awaken, though. It was bizarre to see. I mean, they just finished the BKB on Primal, the Aghanim Scepter on Pudge, and they thought, okay, it's go time, and it was, but they ended up taking the fight at such an awkward angle around the mid lane that they ended up losing. Like, again, the Pudge and the Primal were at the top of the net worth, and from there, Thunder Awaken just snowballed the way to a victory. You made one small mistake at like your most crucial timing, and it cost you the entire game. Thunder Awaken will punish you so hard if you let them.
Yeah, like I said, they just outfought them. The whole Thunder Awaken team kind of saw how Infamous was positioning, and so they're like, all right, we're gonna go loop around to the other high ground and we'll just play there instead. And Infamous were just not on the same page. They actually managed to catch the fight by killing Kataro first and the Primal Beast, and it's like at that point it's gonna be pretty much a disaster. So perfect game coming out from Alone, 10-0 and 12, and Knight on the Ursa 16 and 2. I mean, super great last pick Ursa. You know, it's probably the best possible pick you could have gotten here.
Yeah, that was at like the 14-minute mark. Thankfully, like when that fight happened, Pango managed to get his blink dagger to like 14 minutes 47 seconds just before that fight started. He did a pretty good job at like slowing down the beginning of the fight while the Primal Beast was on top of the team with his BKB active. But
yeah,
I would say MVP of this game probably Pango, man.
Yeah, I mean, he was the one who was super far behind early on, but still managed to like basically start the fight, a lot of the fights for Thunder Awaken. So great game all around from them. Thunder Awaken looked good, man, and it's not that surprising. We kind of knew that they were going to be one of the better teams coming into this tournament, or at least potentially, as they've got some big names on there, and they're not disappointing at all.
Not disappointing at all. There is a Dota update before this next series, so it might be a little bit extended. We'll have to see.
It's going to get that new chest, baby. Excited. All right. We'll be going to a short break, everyone. Stay tuned for more here. We got our second series of the day. It's going to be Cringe Crew taking on Team Dog Champs, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. Should be a lot of fun. We'll see you after the break.